Hey, good morning and welcome to Coffee with Kevin. Boy, it's good. We're going to have another fantastic day here in Oklahoma today. It's just going to be perfect. Maybe a little bit warm for some people, but it feels so good after that really cold spurt that we had and the high winds that we had this last weekend. Hey, on the railroad, there's something that occurs very rarely, but that's when you have mixed signals. Maybe you have parallel tracks and a signal on each track saying to proceed on to single track, which means that if both trains on those tracks move forward, there's going to be a wreck. So with those examples that I was talking about with the two trains on two separate tracks, let's talk about how that is impacting us right now with two specific things that's happening in America. The first thing is about how we talk to each other, and I'm specifically calling out MAGA. The other is about how we can change the narrative and get beyond MAGA and get beyond this divisiveness in our nation, where we can actually carry on and have a very progressive yet disciplined government going forward. This morning I've got a question as we look out the window. What does America look like when MAGA is no longer driving the train? They're no longer in control of the throttle. Because right now they are. I want to talk about something we can't keep dancing around. What comes next after the damage? Because let's be honest about where we are. We are watching instability growing overseas. We are watching energy systems being targeted. We are watching markets react. We're seeing the actual decline of America. So here at home, we are watching leadership decisions driven by Donald Trump and enabled by the Republican Party push this country deeper into risk. Now, folks, that's not spin. That's not even partisan. That is a true reality. And I saw something this week from Representative Jacob Rosecrans that cuts right through this noise. And he talks about what's going on here in Oklahoma, but it can apply all across this nation. He pointed out that politicians are out there promising to fix what's broken, clean up waste, improve outcomes, help working families. But these are the same Republican politicians who has been in control in places like Oklahoma for nearly 2 decades. So let's think about this. If they can't fix it over the course of the last 2 decades, why would anyone believe they'll fix it now? That's not opinion. That's a track record. So let's call this what it is. The policies, the rhetoric, the decision-making coming out of Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans, they are not strengthening this country. They are causing lasting damage. Damage to our credibility, damage to our alliances, damage to our economic stability. And here's the part that matters the most. When this period ends, and it will end, and it won't be Donald Trump fixing it. It won't be the politicians who created the problem. It will be the American people, you and me, because we are the ones who will have to rebuild trust. We are the ones who will have to stabilize the system. We are the ones who will have to restore the idea that this country runs on reality, not rhetoric. So what does America look like when MAGA no longer defines it? It looks like accountability, real accountability, for the president, for Congress, and every member of Congress, for the Supreme Court and all the courts, where no one is above the law. No one is protected from consequences. It looks like a country where laws are applied evenly to everyone, where civil rights are protected, not negotiated away, where power doesn't get to write its own rules. It looks like an information system that values truth again, not controlled speech, but responsible speech, where facts matter, and where knowingly misleading people has consequences. And maybe most importantly, it looks like a country where working people are no longer forced to absorb the cost of reckless decisions made at the top. Because when global instability rises, when energy markets move, and when prices climb, it's not politicians who feel it first. It's you. It's me. So my question is, how do we get there? It's not by ignoring what's happening. It's not pretending both sides are the same. It's not by staying silent about who is responsible. We get there by telling the truth, clearly, constantly, consistently, and without apology. We get there by holding leaders accountable. And we get there by rebuilding systems strong enough that no movement, left or right, can ever put this country in this position ever again. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about politics. It's about whether America is governed by reality or whoever is loudest at the moment. As we look down the track of another day, let's keep this conversation rolling.